Hey, this is Amazon Jude. Today's date 11/16/17. Um, Man, what a day. It's been busy all day. First off, I want to start out to our truckers. Doesn't look like they're going to be taking our trucks out of commission. They'll just be fining us up until April 2018. That buys a little bit of time. There's some really good companies out there that if you're not, going intrastate or out of state, you can pretty much get by for about $200 a truck for the equipment. Plugs into your lighter. It's got a sticky that once a week your driver unplugs from it and plugs into your laptop. I would definitely set aside a laptop just for that reason. In the only program on it, the package does come with the program to keep track of their hours and mileage and stuff like that. Um, don't buy any more than you have to. I certainly wouldn't sign up to a 3-year contract on something that's probably going to end up being killed in the next couple of years because Trump's going to figure it out. Federal Motor Carriers Association head Tim Martinez is going to figure it out. I don't know where Elaine Choi is. I think she's pretty much useless. She fucked up in the Obama administration and was canned. Mitch McConnell's not much better. He's turning out to be a butt plug. Uh, but anyway, don't spend any more money than you absolutely have to. Go through the programs and go through the search outs to find something that suits what you need, especially if you're a small trucker or owner operator all by yourself. They're also going to, it was a Bleep article, and it said that OOIDA, owner operator independent drivers, are going to get a hearing in front of what is it, Ninth Circuit Court on appeals on this. So that's probably a little bit of a victory. At least now we're going to be heard. If Supreme Court doesn't want to hear it, we're just going to have to beg our president to do an executive order to kill that altogether. They can't prove that. I read the deal. It was 33 pages. I took it to my senator, one of his flunkies, Senator Barrasso. Mitch McConnell's tampon up his ass here in Wyoming. And he said he would fight for it and blah, blah, blah. Well, haven't heard a word out of him on the Senate floor or the congressional floor or congressional hearings and meetings. Not a peep out of that boy. Of course, my husband went to school with Senator Barrasso, and he said, he ain't much. Wyoming needs to wake up a little bit. Without the trucking industry, we would starve to death out here because that's the only way our food and clothing and items are brought in is by trucks. And if these guys are in such a rush to get to their destinations, we have winters out here and we have road closures and hours of service just don't apply. They just don't apply. We're not California where you can run 24 hours, 7 days a week. Sometimes you're stuck for 3 and 4 days in snowstorms. Sometimes you're stuck for fire problems. Sometimes you're stuck because your truck is broke down and you can't get highway service because there's not that many of them that do it anymore. Anyway, let's move on here a little bit. I want you to hear Kim Galfoyer of Trump's foreign policy, and then we'll move on a little bit more from there.
just goes to show you the inherent, grotesque, disgusting, contagious bias that no matter what he does, they're not going to give him the credit. The good thing about the president is he is not bothered by it. He's going to keep forging ahead and make sure that he accomplishes the goals and the promises that he made to the hardworking men and women across this country that were forgotten. That's who he feels he's beholden to, and that's why he's honoring the pledges and promises about jobs and stimulating the economy and building the
ball. Yep. Just
That was good. That was good. It's finally a little bit of media that is actually on board with our president. Another one today that just surprised me. Well, not really surprised me. Senator Johnson. He was a Hillary Clinton supporter. He was at her rallies speaking out against tax reform, speaking out against anything that would help the middle class, anything that would help the poor. Democrats want you poor. I don't know if you haven't figured that out, but if you're not poor, you don't have to vote for free programs because you don't need them. You're making your way. Senator Johnson, you're a disgrace. Somebody ought to bash you in the fucking head. Next one, Al Franken. This is priceless. The little prick who shoots his mouth off, attacks everyone, has got his balls in a sling for putting his hands on TV radio host tits during what was it, CSO, you know, when you go, like Bob Hope used to do, go overseas and entertain the troops. And Democrats are silent. He apologizes like Papa Bush, who's groping some bitch's ass. He apologizes. So it's all okay. We had, let's see. We passed the tax bill out of Senate. Excuse me.